So I just changed my battery in my VW Toureg 2012 TDI, and I've got some things I need to tell you here about this change that they don't tell you in any other videos that I see on YouTube when changing this battery. You should look at the other videos to change it, but there's a few secret things I'm going to tell you that you need to know before you do it. And the reason I did it myself is because VW wanted about $600 between the battery and the labor costs to do it. Okay, I bought an EverStart battery at Walmart. It's an H7, and it's 850 cranking amps and reserve capacity of 140, and I bought it for $169. It took me about an hour and 20 minutes to change this, and I've never done it before. And it took, you know, it was a little bit iffy here and there because I didn't understand some of the stuff I needed to do from watching other YouTube videos. And that's what I want to tell you on this one. So be sure to watch this whole video. It'll make your life easier. Now, the old battery I just took out is a German battery, and it was actually 190 reserve, where the new one, like I said, is 140. But that should be 140 should be just fine. And this German battery is maybe this much longer than the new one I bought. You just have to make sure, for one thing, that the battery you buy is long enough, or is the same width, and the right cranking amps and RC. So anyway, before you start, what you need to do is you need to buy, and I'll show you, a set of 3 square like sockets that you're going to need, because that's what VW uses. This cost me 29 something on Amazon. And what you need to use is this M4 for there's a little small thing in there you're going to have to use it for. It's an M4, but most of the seat screws are all M10s. It's an M10, which you'll need that. So buy that set. It's about 30 bucks. Also, what I bought for another $22 was this deal right here. And what this is, it's a cable that plugs into your OBD inside the car, which keeps your electronics set for your settings that you have now, which I think is important, because from what I've heard and seen, you could lose your radio totally if you don't use this. And then you got a whole lot of other trouble you got to do to get that radio out, because you need a pin number, and the radio is inside there where you have to pull the whole radio out, which can be a big hassle. So this plugs into your OBD. And then I had this extra boat battery here that I put my cable on. And then when I went to disconnect my old battery in the car, before I did that, I plugged this in to hold my settings, all my settings. Then I disconnected my ground first, and then the hot cable. Now I'll show you where the OBD is. Where you're going to need to get to it, and it's real simple. Right in the driver's side here, and it's right underneath the dash here, if you can see it. anyway, you'll see if you look up underneath there, there's no cover over it, so it plugs right in real easily. All right, now, another thing I did that was really needed, if you watch some of the other videos, they'll tell you how to get this seat loose, which is simple. It's only 4 screws. One here, one over there, and 2 in the back. But once you do that, the carpeting is in the way, which they don't tell you. So you're going to have to unplug all kinds of wiring harness, and even your like your airbags. And if you unplug those airbags and you do it wrong, they could deploy. Then you'd really have trouble. So what I did to fix that problem is, did you see that slit in the carpet right here? I cut that carpet straight across, and I was able to lift the carpeting out and not unhook that whole wiring harness, which made it much simpler. So those are the things you need to do, the secret things, that trouble I ran into, and everything worked out just fine. It's great. Saved me one heck of a lot of money, so I'm just making this video so you can do the same. And please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. I appreciate it. Talk later. I didn't mention also, you will need a number 10 socket, millimeter socket. And be sure to put your vent tube in on the battery. And there should be a plug for you to put on the other side of the battery where there's another vent. Don't leave them unvented.